WAMU 88.5 News.
From WAMU 88.5 at American University in Washington, welcome to the Politics Hour. I'm Kojo Nnamdi. Tom Sherwood is our resident analyst. He's a reporter at NBC4 and a columnist for the current newspapers. He is featured prominently in the new documentary, The 9 Lives of Marion Barry, that opens tomorrow night at AFI Silver Docks in Silver Spring. Tom Sherwood, thank you very much for joining us.
Happy to be here. Happy to participate.
Our guest analyst is Mark Plotkin. He is a failed politician in the District of Columbia who now hosts a news radio program on an undisclosed radio station in the Washington area. He, too, is featured prominently in the new documentary, The 9 Lives of Marion Barry. It is what these two share in common. Joining us now in the studio is Kwame Brown. He is an at-large member of the D.C. City Council. He's a Democrat who chairs the council's Economic Development Committee, and he's not running for mayor yet. Kwame Brown, thank you very much for joining us.
Well, no, thank you for having me, Kojo. And let me tell you, it's a pleasure to be on the show with Mark Plotkin and Tom Sherwood. This is historic here.
Well, that's it for
you don't mean that. Why do you say
Everybody
something
knows
like
what
that?
historic
Tom
means.
gave me the note, and he told me to say that.
It means that
You were supposed to mention my name
they're
first.
hanging out with
That's all right.
Methuselah here. What can you tell us about how these discussions to build the Convention Center Hotel are moving forward?
Well, let me say that the Convention Center Hotel is something that's important to the city. It's something that should have been built a while ago. There's been a proposal that was sent down from the mayor to publicly finance the hotel 100%. There's been conversations with the chair of the council, of course, with the chair of the Finance and Revenue Committee, Jack Evans, as well as the CFO, Dr. Gandhi, as well as Greg Odell, to figure out what is the best mechanism to move forward with this hotel, making sure that every single measure has been looked at before we publicly finance or possibly publicly finance the hotel. And I'm glad we were able to look at every single option, because clearly there's some options that's going to lower the amount of money needed from the district, in which we will be able to get this hotel done.
Why does this city need a hotel? We've got a lot of hotels. Is it the location that's important, or are we suffering a overall hotel shortage in the city?
Well, every major convention in every city has a hotel associated with it. And as you know, when they built the convention center, a hotel was supposed to come. And for the first couple of years the convention center was open, it was just a newness in terms of it being a convention center. Now, with no hotel, which will bring more ball space, which will give us an opportunity to book longer conventions, which they book 3 years out in advance. It's very important that conventions understand that we are going to have a convention center hotel when they do come back.
We're talking about a headquarters hotel. There are plenty of hotel rooms downtown, but if you're an organization of 26,000, something or another, welders, you do not want your 26,000 people at your convention scattered to the Four Seasons all over the place, and in Virginia, Maryland. You need a core group of rooms. What is 1,100 room hotel?
Yeah, you need 1,100 rooms to help cut down on the transportation costs. But more importantly, it's very important that the convention community understand that we're moving in the direction to bring a convention. And it's going to be a marquee hotel. It's only going to be 3 in the world, one, I believe, in Paris, one in New York, and one in the District of Columbia.
Your political analyst mentioned the Four Seasons. I didn't know the Four Seasons Hotel is
scattered
one of
to
the
scattered to the Four Seasons.
I think your political analyst
It was a little too southern for your
very confusing.
Also,
can I correct the guest? Not correct the guest, but to amplify. Greg Odell is the general manager of the Washington Convention board, right?
Yeah, he's the president of the Washington Convention Center.
Okay, I just thought we should mention that just for clarification.
The city just built a massive baseball stadium on the public dime. The jury's still out on whether that was a good use of public money. What sense do you have about how the hotel compares to the stadium as an investment?
Well, let me say this, Kojo. I don't think that it's going to be a 100% financed hotel. I think that what was proposed from the mayor is going to be significantly changed, and it'll be nowhere near what we initially was requested to approve as a council. And I think that's the key. So I want to put that out there right away. Councilmember Evans and myself will be holding a hearing on June 24th. I think we'll have another proposal that we will see from Dr. Gandhi with a whole different term structure, so it will not be 100% financed, publicly financed.
That's why Gandhi being the chief financial officer.
Yes, right. The city's at this point, initially the city pledged something like 180, so I don't get a bunch of numbers.
137 million.
And now there's an additional maybe 80, which puts you up to 220,000 or so, 220 million, excuse me. So that's 1/3 of the costs of the hotel at this point. And do you think even with the credit market freeze-ups, you can get the additional money? Sounds to me like the city will come in around $400 million, and then the developers will do the rest.
Well, I don't think we'll be $400 million, Tom, but I do believe that the city is going to get some additional parking. That clearly there's no parking down at the convention center right now, so that's a win-win for the city. We're looking at the amount of taxes that's going to be generated just by having our convention center hotel there. We're looking at a Shaw community that's been waiting for some development to take place outside of the convention center, and no matter what community you go to, they're saying, let's get this hotel done.
It's National Harbor.
Mr. Host, do I have permission to ask the guest a question? If the mayor...
Once the question has nothing to do with whether or not you'll be able to hang around the hotel lobby on Sunday mornings mooching the Sunday New York Times.
Oh,
which
God.
I know
Now
is your Sunday practice.
That goes across the line. That's almost a McAuliffe line. Mr. Brown, and this is a serious question. You are the chair of the Economic Development Committee of the City Council, right?
Yeah, let me look at my card.
Because I know accuracy is a passion on this show. You were not invited when the what is her title, Ms. Sandos?
Santos.
Deputy Mayor for Economic Development. Do you think you'll be invited once this financing is arranged? And what does it say about the mayor that wouldn't invite the chair of the Economic Development Committee? I thought you were amazingly restrained in your criticism. Some of your criticism is probably not justified, but on this one it is. What's going on? And do you talk to the mayor about economic development plans? What I hear about the mayor is that he talks to Jack Evans and Muriel Bowser, and that's about it.
Well, I mean...
Muriel Bowser being the Ward 4 council member.
Thank you, Tom.
Can you answer that lawyer-like question?
Yeah, I don't spend time wondering whether I get a phone call from the mayor or not. I spend time making sure that the residents of the District of Columbia, no matter whatever
that's a great political answer, but don't you think...
to get the best that they need.
Well, don't you think the residents of the district would like for public policy that the mayor talk to the chair of the Economic Development Committee, and that the chair of the Economic Development Committee, if he doesn't talk to him, should inject himself in a conversation about this subject?
Well, I mean, it's not like I haven't tried, Mark, so let me just say...
How have you tried?
I mean, I think that what we're trying to do is move forward. And moving forward is no matter what happens, who reaches out, who doesn't reach out, I think that what we want to do is make sure that as we move economic development projects in the city, it's in the best interest of the district residents, and they get an
That's a lofty
benefit.
goal. When is the last time you talked to him about this subject?
About what subject?
The
economic development or the hotel?
Either one.
He has a deputy mayor for
Don't you think you should talk to the mayor?
Well, I mean, I think that we have tried to reach out. So.
Well, let's say this. The mayor will talk to him because he will have to go through your committee. So at some point, the mayor will have to at least
Well, Tom, maybe
Kwame
Brown thinks that he won't even talk to him then. I mean, what's her name? Yvette Alexander said that she hadn't talked to him in 6 months, and then lauds her when he goes out to the ward.
Mark Plotkin is our guest analyst. He's the host of the politics program on WTOP Radio. Our resident analyst is Tom Sherwood of NBC4. He's a columnist for the current newspapers. Our guest is Kwame Brown, at-large member of the D.C. City Council, a Democrat who chairs the council's economic development.
Is he running for mayor, Kojo?
Wait a minute. Let's talk with Maria in Washington, D.C. Maria, you're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Yes, good morning to you and your guests, and I'm so glad to have Councilmember Kwame Brown on and to urge him to run for mayor.
Plant.
Stop.
It's time for the dictatorship that we're under now to end, because this is one of the reasons this mayor is rude, he's dismissive, and this is one of the reasons why the council people can't even have a dialogue with him about anything he puts in. Assistant mayors, deputy mayors, he's dismissive. It's time for a new mayor. Kwame Brown,
Yes, indeed.
Which ward do you live in?
I live in Ward 4. Councilman Muriel Bowser is doing a great job, but we need a new mayor, please.